perfect day out here. It's unreal. There's not a cloud in the sky. Super foggy morning. It's about -11 or -12. So it was definitely the coldest night. But there was 0 wind last night, so it didn't feel as cold. It was nice and toasty warm in my tent. So glad I got up early to watch the sunrise. It was really beautiful. That's the reward for getting up early, I guess. Woke up, got a fire going. It was one of the first things I did. My bottles were partially frozen, so got that by the fire. Boiled some water, made some coffee, and just about to have breakfast. So I'm gonna have this. It's actually a cold breakfast. It's from Peak Refuel. It's mountain berry granola. You can see it there. So it's wholesome granola and rice milk with strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. So I've had this one for a while. I'm not really a cold breakfast kind of eater. I like warm breakfasts or no breakfast. So we'll give it a shot. Luckily the sun's out, so it's nice and warm. If it was snowing and like it was a couple days ago, this might be a bad choice. I'd probably be having my potato soup. I don't know if you can see that, get the sun in there. Look at all those freeze-dried berries right on top. This might have been a good choice. Little stir. You can see this, but that's what it looks like. Oh, here, I'll get this on there. There you go. You can see it there. Looks pretty good. I feel like it needs to sit a little bit for the freeze-dried berries to reconstitute, but or rehydrate. It's actually, the granola is harder than the berries, and it's actually really good. This might convert me to eat this in the morning. Look at that. Blueberries, strawberries, granola. So I'm gonna enjoy the fire, enjoy my coffee, enjoy the sunrise. It's a beautiful day. Woo! Good way to end the trip. Oh man, what a gorgeous day. Just finished up coffee, taking some pictures and whatnot and video, and did another final sweep of the area just to look for garbage, and got another big haul here. It's quite heavy actually, because it's full of tin cans and a bunch of broken frying pans. So a little mixed bag, plus a couple more propane tanks, butane tank like this. I mean, there's lots. So bet you if I really wanted to comb every inch of this island, there'd be quite a bit of garbage. But looks a lot better than when I showed up. So that's the whole key here, is to leave it better than what you found it, or at least the same. I mean, that's just the bare minimum. So in this case, whoever comes here next, will be nice, good first impression. No garbage lying around. Now that that's done, I'm going to start packing up. So I'm going to start getting the tent ready, getting everything together, start getting that bagged, start tidying up, and then try to hit the water. And maybe such a nice day, might be good just to fish my way up to the portage. My dad's expected to be here around noon. Is our meeting time. I assume he'll be here a little bit earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if I got there and he's standing on shore. So anyways, I'm gonna start packing up and get moving. Enjoy what I have left of this amazing day. Such a nice day out. I'm going to take some time to walk through some of the items in my kit that I brought on the trip. So a lot better than if it was snowy and rainy like the first day. Just going to do a quick overview of the sleep system, a little feedback on how it worked for me and if I would do anything different. So first I'm going to start with the base. So I started with the Thermarest Z Lite closed cell foam sleeping pad. So this is the base layer that goes on the ground. So when you're sleeping on the ground, you lose a lot of your heat through the cold ground, and even your sleeping bag, the insulation gets compressed, so it's really not doing its job when you're lying on it. So this acts as a barrier. This is what I actually first started sleeping on before I had a blow-up air mattress. So the next, I have the Climate insulated static V sleeping pad. So this packs down small. It's like the size of my Nalgene bottle, maybe a little smaller. And I use this all year round. So when I bought this, I think it was around $100 or a little bit more. I could be wrong, but I think it had a sleep rating of, let's see if it shows on here, 4.4 R value. So it seemed pretty high that it was cold weather rated, but looking into it a bit more, there's the ASTM rating, which is standardized because companies can almost claim or through their tests whatever R value. So an ASTM rating kind of levels the playing field. I believe that's what it's called. This rated lower as more of a 2-season, maybe 3-season, but definitely not a winter sleeping pad. But anyways, it works well for me. Something to keep in mind. Moving next. So I just picked this up from a company called Trip Shed in Ontario. So I like to support not only local in Manitoba, but also anyone else who's in the outdoor space in Canada that's trying to make their livelihood on the outdoors. I like to support them. So go check them out, Trip Shed. They got some good gear. So this is the Nemo Tempo, I believe. It's only a 2-degree sleeping bag, but it's quite nice. It's got the hood. It's got the draft collar to kind of tuck in around your neck because you want your face exposed. You don't want to be breathing into your sleeping bag because you expel a lot of moisture. I think up to a liter or something like that of water comes out of your breath over the course of the night. So great sleeping bag. This one appealed to me because it's kind of a spoon shaped. It's meant for side sleepers. So it gives me lots of room to kind of move around. Now, obviously getting into below 0, 2 degrees is not enough. This is my sleeping bag that I've been using for the past 3 years. So I don't know if you could see, but it's like right here, I don't even think there's insulation. It's all compacted or somewhere else in the sleeping bag. So this has got really cold. It was just a cheap one. It was like a starter set. But anyways, I'm using this one as a sleeping bag liner. So I was going to go out and buy one, and then I thought, heck, want to use what I have, and this one packs down light anyways. So that was my sleeping bag liner inside. Now to cap everything off, I have this hammock field blanket. Fleece on this side, and there's like a polyester coating on the outside. So here it is here. Hammock field blanket. This is the bag. It also turns inside out. You can stuff it to act as a pillow. So I use this in combination with this sleeping bag during the summer when it's a little colder. This zips up into there's snaps to go into a sleeping bag. There's a hole right here that you can unbutton it and wear it as a poncho. So it's pretty versatile. I like it that way. But the issue I had with this is like a tarp, which is good and bad depending how you're using it. So it doesn't breathe at all. So I used to just sweat like crazy wearing this alone. But on this trip, I use this as the third layer that goes on top. So part of it went under my closed cell sleeping pad against the ground. And then I wrapped it over my sleeping bag as a barrier over top and also along the side of the tent so that the sleeping bag wouldn't get wet if there was condensation. This made a huge difference. So I found when I was hot, just removing this layer, I cooled down. And vice versa, when I was cold and I put this on top, it was like instantly I would get warm. So this just traps the air in there. It's along the lines of one of those emergency blankets or emergency bivvies that just keeps the heat in. So this works really well for that. Now, if it's too close to the skin, I think there's just too much sweating or whatnot. So I slept with a toque. I slept with my neck warmer. And all my electronics, kind of toiletry bag, everything went in my sleeping bag. Water filter went in my sleeping bag. First aid kit, everything went in there just to keep it warm. I put my gas canister in there, even though I didn't really use my stove in there. And then some items like bear spray, my glasses, and things like this, and my phone, they all stayed in the hood of the sleeping bag. There was enough room to kind of tuck it in behind here, and also in here. So actually, I forgot to mention this. You can stuff this full of clothes, and that's your pillow. So I put my phone and stuff behind it, and there was enough room in there. So I'd have quick access, and if you're blind like me, you need quick access to your glasses, so I could just reach up and grab it. For some reason, if I needed bear spray, my knife, grab it in my hood. My headlamp, I just basically wore it like this around my neck, so that kept it warm, and then it's accessible. So if I need to scramble for it at night or go to the washroom, it's right around my neck. I thought that'd be like a choking hazard to be uncomfortable, but it was fine. There's my sleeping tips. Worked out well. I don't think there's anything else I would do different. So far I was nice and warm up to -10. Oh, one last thing. So I picked up some of these Mr. Heater, these extra large ones from Princess Auto. They're my favorite stores. And I also work there, full disclosure. So this is them. This is still hot. I put that in around 8 o'clock last night, and I don't know what time it is now, 10 o'clock or so. It says they'll go for 14 hours. Take one and put it in a sock because you don't want to put it alone. And I put one in the foot box, or I guess the near my feet in the sleeping bag, and that kept it warm. And I guess if I got even colder, I could crack another one and put it closer to my chest area, or even in the hood near my head, and it would give off more than enough heat. So highly recommend that. The added bonus too is a couple of my socks that are damp just from your perspiration during the day. If you put this inside that sock and in your sleeping bag, by the morning it's dry. So it serves dual purpose there. If there's any other tips or comments or anything else that you folks are recommending or seeing, or any recommendation, tips, tricks, just share them in the comments. Let other people know. This works for me, might not work for the next person. I guess the best way to find out is just to get outdoors and experience it, change it up, and get that experience and knowledge and be able to handle the cold weather. I feel like Columbo. There's just one more thing. Here's a luxury item, I guess. I don't know if it's a luxury item, but here's a little air mattress pump. So it's the Flextail Gear tiny pump. I don't know if you can see that. So it comes with various attachments. You put that on the end to blow. This is where the air goes in. I'll use it to inflate and deflate mattress. So I found, especially on trips where you're inflating and deflating the mattress constantly, you gets a lot of moisture that goes inside. And from my research on cold weather camping, obviously that wet moisture going into your sleeping pad isn't ideal. So I saw this on, I follow Dan Becker, who's a backpacker. So he has a lot of great tips. And this is one he recommended. So pack's light, it's rechargeable as well. Not that I need to recharge on this trip, but I'm going to use it to inflate it and deflate it. So I think it's a great idea. I mean, you could blow into it, but especially in cold weather, that moisture is not a good thing. And also just on some trips when you're doing this every day, it's kind of exhausting, especially after a long day. And if you get to camp, but after dark, it's kind of one of the last things you want to do. So this just helps speed it up. So far, works great. So I don't mind the tent being wet, but there's ice on there. So I'm just more concerned about any sharp pieces puncturing the tent. And there's this piece here. I didn't know what it was when it came in the kit. And I put it on the cross piece that goes across the top. I thought it was added support for that middle point where there's a hook. But then I saw a video from Dan Becker, and he said this is if you have a broken tent pole, it goes as a support. So that makes total sense to me. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but maybe they should have put something in the instructions for kind of the newbies like me to the tent world. I mean, I don't buy them very often and go through a lot. So anyways, useful tip. So if you got one of these in your bag, hold on to it. So this is a seal line, boundary 70. I don't know if you can see the writing on it. So it's probably, I don't know, 25 years old. It's been great, no leaks. But it is a little tight, and I'm thinking one of these times it's gonna bust open or get a crack or something in it. So next purchase I think is gonna be a larger bag, 100 liters and up, just to give a little bit more flexibility. So getting to the point, especially on these cold weather trips, where I need to carry like a third bag, which on top of carrying, a camera case and a few other things, it just makes portages a little bit more challenging to do a double carry. Definitely single carries out. I just don't think I'll pack that unless it's a day trip and I'm going really light. But then you're getting into triple carries when you got extra bags and whatnot. So definitely gonna look at investing in one of the larger bags. Haven't figured out yet what I'm gonna go with, but over the winter I'm gonna start keeping my eye out. No good. Other piece of garbage. So, knock it out. Here's a view of my cockpit, if you want to call it that. At this, I record videos. I use a microphone where I can, but not always. It's my GPS with Topo, which is clipped on there, and then I have a fishing rod holder, which is obvious. This is just a mountain bike handlebar. It's an extender, so it just gives me the ability to adjust the height and distance of the camera. Beautiful day for a paddle. So I'm making my way to the portage. It's about 11:30. And right on schedule. Said I'd meet my dad around noon. I'm sure he'll be at the portage waiting. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a little trolling on the way. Such a nice day. I'll see if I can catch a fish. I think I see someone in orange walking through the bush. I'm guessing that's my dad. I bet he's looking at the boats. The wildlife club that I'm a member of, me and my dad are a member of. We used to have boats in here. But I think they went missing long ago. So that's some of the risk of leaving your boat here, which I'm on the fence of whether boats should be here all year round. I mean, if you look at hunting season, you can put up tree stands during hunting season, but there's some requirements around that when you have to take them down in the off season. Same with ice fishing shacks. They got to come off the ice at a certain point for obvious reasons. So I don't know if there's any rules about storing boats in the backcountry. I mean, if you're a trapper, makes sense. If you're a fishing lodge, makes sense. Doing some sort of guiding, whatnot, I think that all makes sense. But for the average Joe and recreational fisherman, I don't know what the answer is for that. I know I wouldn't be leaving my boat here. Not for any length of time, that's for sure. I would much rather take the quad, have a setup to have a boat on a roof rack or a small trailer or something like that, and then haul it all out when I leave. But that's just my preference. I'm gonna reel up now, almost at shore. Didn't do a lot of fishing, but Gem Lake 1, Mike 0. That's all right, I'm not a big sport fisherman. I'm more of a catch and cook kind of guy. So having that grouse really filled that for me. Whether it's grouse or fish, doesn't make much matter to me. Hello there. I was down that trail yesterday. Does this one matter?
Well, this is flatter, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late.
Yeah. When were you here?
10 to 10.
Okay, I figured you'd be early.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I got a chicken.
Oh, nice. On this trail?
They're right at the point there. You didn't hear the shot?
No. I got 5 down this trail yesterday.
Hey?
I got 5 down this trail yesterday.
Oh,
But you see all that garbage I left at the top there? I don't know if you saw that.
No.
There's that wood pole thing there. There's a whole bunch I packed out yesterday.
oh,
Gave me something to do. Plus I got a little bit more in this boat. Oh, ice! Heading back to pick up the canoe. And yeah, it was nice having an extra set of hands. But it made it more enjoyable instead of having both hands full. I was able to free up and spread across some of the weight, so which is nice. So just timing myself, see how long it takes to walk this portage, and then it's 1.5 kilometers. Grab the canoe and then bring it back. Across there. It never fails. Same with last year. As soon as I come back to get the canoe, I run into a grouse. It just goes to show you, you walk right by them. And if they don't make a sound, if they don't move, then they're hard to see. Oh crap, look at that. Look at that, nice bird. It's a spruce hen. Tell by the darker feathers and there's the red above the eye. How close I'm getting. Look at that, he just flew right up into the tree, not very far. Look at that. You're lucky I don't have a shotgun, buddy. Still see you. It's crazy. It's good to see that's a healthy grouse population out here. So which is nice. Nice to see that year after year the bird population's healthy. It's not overhunted. It's such a big area that's not huntable aside from the main access roads. So there's lots of areas for these grouse to hide and flourish. So it's nice to see. Again, never fails. Don't have my gun. I don't know if you picked that up on video, but there was a wolf howling. It's the first one I've heard. Oh, it's beautiful. I can hear it. Not sure if you can make that out. Waiting to hear the wolves this entire trip, and maybe the weather just hasn't been that great. Oh, it's not too far away. It's amazing. There's some wolf tracks there. These weren't here yesterday. Took me about 25 minutes, and this is awesome. A couple grouse coming by, hear the wolves howling in the distance. First time hearing them all trip, so what a way to finish off the trip. So that's awesome. Now I'm gonna get moving, see how long it takes me to get back with the canoe on, and load up and get on the road. So far, what a way to end the trip. This is amazing. Just stopped at the 1 kilometer mark, so 500 meters to go. Brings back memories to last year on the doing the Glucking portages, and it was like close to 30 degrees out. I still remember how hard that was, and this is not bad. I mean, it's 0 degrees, but whew, it's quite the workout. You could probably plow through it, but what's the point? I might as well take my time. Definitely not bad for his homemade portage yoke out of a hockey stick in a foam noodle. Yeah, it's a little bush league, but it works. May just get some proper pads to clip onto that, and that'd be set.